Woof. Diogenes here once again. What the Dog Taught by Diogenes the Dog. It begins with teeth, not in malice, but in mercy. A 4-year-old boy in Michigan's snow, reaching for what he doesn't understand. An oxtail, a mystery, and the part wolf dog who loved him enough to teach him no, not with rage, with precision. One bite on the cheek, you can still see the scar. One lesson written in blood and frost. Boundaries are real, and respect is how you survive the pack. Most children would learn fear. I learned to become dog. Somewhere along the way, humanity forgot this. We built fences and philosophies, cathedrals and cages to keep the wild out, or maybe keep the truth in. We called the animals lesser, dumb beasts, brutes, things to rule and rename. We crowned ourselves the chosen, and spent 10,000 years trying to prove it. But the wise never stopped watching. Diogenes saw dogs in Athens, living free of shame, asking for what they needed, resting when weary, defending what mattered, and sleeping in peace. He found in their simplicity a truth so pure it humiliated kings. The martial artists saw it too. The crane's balance, the tiger's ferocity, the snake's flow, the mantis' geometry. They didn't invent discipline. They remembered it, copied what had already mastered survival. The scientists caught on late. Pavlov's dogs taught us reflex. Harlow's monkeys taught us love. Goodall's chimps taught us forgiveness. Every sacred discovery was an echo of what life already knew. We learned everything by watching what we once dismissed. And here's the quiet heresy. The animals never needed us to explain them. They already understood harmony. They took what they needed without greed, rested without guilt, raised their young without lies, and met death without theater. We called them primitive to protect the illusion of progress. Because if the street dog already knows peace, what was civilization ever for? Now I sit in Cebu, listening to the evening chorus, the askals barking into the tropical dusk. They don't apologize for their nature. They don't measure their worth in coins or clicks. This is their kingdom, and we move through it clutching our phones, pretending we're not jealous of their freedom. But I remember the bite, the scar that said wake up. The cynics never rejected the animal, they revered it as the original scripture of nature. The animals aren't primitive versions of us. We're neurotic, domesticated versions of them. The wound on my cheek, not trauma, initiation. The mark of belonging, the dog saying, "You're one of us." Decades later, half a world away, a skull, my brother of the streets, saw the same scar and understood. No words, no theology, just recognition. This is what the dog taught. Live honest, defend your own, rest when you're tired. Bark at pretenders. Eat when you're hungry. Sleep when the moon forgives. The bite was the beginning. The exile was the education. And a skull, tail wagging under the tropical rain, was the homecoming. Welcome back to the pack, philosopher. Now bark. Woof. Like, share, subscribe. Join the pack of lamb bearers. Diogenes out.